Susie Can, and I'm a permaculture designer, a community engagement specialist, a project manager, and do a lot in the world of arts and nature. For me, permaculture is simply a toolkit or a framework to describe how an ecosystem works and then use that framework and that understanding to create human designed systems that are truly resilient and bounce back from shocks and are truly sustainable, meaning they last over millennia, because natural ecosystems have lasted forever. And we have, in the Western world in particular, severed our understanding of those ecosystems. We don't really think systemically, we're not educated to think about whole systems.
Put these in fabric and we made some prints with it.
We used this and some t-shirt.
We evolved in the forest and we evolved to be able to experience the world as if it's part of us. The deeper problem is an entire paradigm shift. We live in an economic system that's extractive. It extracts from communities, it extracts from the land, and it concentrates those resources in the few. Here's the natural world around you that's full of everything a university ever studied is in a forest, in that sense, or it's in the ocean. Like we can't go beyond that. It's our world we've been studying. So here's everything, but you come at it from your particular intelligence and your particular expression. And I feel like that is a permaculture education. Do you not remember when you were a child, did you not go to the wild edge of your estate, or did you not play on a river? And they went, yeah, we did, and we did love it. The polycrisis, in my view, is a failure to see it all as connected. So that if we don't shift that paradigm, we'll keep on fighting fires, literally, in locations around the world, or floods, or these systemic breakdowns that are happening in the polycrisis and that are accelerating and becoming, many of them reaching critical moments. Our food system, often people say, well, will a permaculture, ecologically sensitive farm system, food production system that's kind to nature and kind to people and is got other ways of working, like it's often polycropping and forest gardening and syntropic agroforestry, all these names about systems that grow the way nature grows in more plant community rather than in that monoculture, heavily industrialized system. Can that system feed the world? And my answer is always, well, the current system isn't designed nor even trying to feed the world. So we set up a social enterprise and a land-based demonstration site in 2006-07 in Wicklow on a scrub field. That means a piece of land not considered to have high economic value for farming. And it was about 3.7 acre. We wanted to bring people and do education, and we wanted to build things that you're not allowed to build in community gardens. We wanted to play with natural building techniques and different land management and biodiversity management and food production, but also to do regenerative work with land. What we noticed, it seems so simple, but it really is true, that if you regenerate the land base, the ecology base, it helps regenerate the people base. We planted and sped up some of that regeneration with 2,500 native trees, and then other production that we wanted for more human concentrated production, so fruit trees and nut trees and berries and perennial vegetables. Some people have described permaculture as a revolution disguised as gardening. The desire to protect what we see destroyed, what we see, it ignites in people a different... It's not that we've severed a connection to the natural world, it's that we've forgotten we have it. It's about reawakening the connection we have because we are nature. So we couldn't possibly be severed from it. We live on this planet. It's intimately us, in us, around us, of us. This accelerated growth and this fossil fuel growth produced all this. what do we want to keep and what can we hospice and compost from it and sort of put into our new regenerative system that we're trying to birth. You just respect the diversity of a piece of land and don't try to do the bulldog dozing job to flatten it and, you know, grow a lot of, you know, inputs and, you know, bring in stuff. And it's like, just how can you work with it in a more harmonious way tends to help with compassion and harmony in the world. And